Good evening, Democrats. Thank you all for being here to celebrate the remarkable, extraordinary work of Democrats throughout Ventura County. And congratulations to all of this evening's awardees. Your work is more important than ever, especially now in these unprecedented times. I don't need to tell you that America is in a dark place right now. We are in the wake of several crises, from the death of Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg to a global pandemic that has tragically taken the lives of over 200,000 Americans, to an economy in turmoil only being made worse by a lack of leadership from the current administration. But while things look tough right now, how we choose to act in this moment will define American history for generations to come. We are faced with some truly stark realities, but I am a firm believer that there is hope ahead for all of us. We are a resilient nation, one that takes on hard challenges and comes out stronger on the other side. But this moment requires that each and every one of us step up to the plate. There is no room for complacency. Too much is at stake. We cannot agonize, we must organize. I want to take a moment to speak about last week's tragic loss on the Supreme Court. In losing Justice Ginsburg, America has truly lost a titan in the fight for gender equality. She was a trailblazing public servant who staunchly championed women's rights from the beginning of her career until her last days. Her passing leaves a void in the heart of America. Her legacy of determination and perseverance represents the best of what America embodies and the unlimited possibilities of the human spirit. When she began her career, she was faced with a very different America. The mere fact that she was a woman meant that she was not taken seriously by her male counterparts. And while we have much more progress to make, we live in a better world because of Justice Ginsburg. She was the notorious RBG, a moniker that she personified through her landmark opinions and even more so through her bold dissents. And it is now up to us to be bold. It's now up to us to pick up the reins and continue forging the America she spent her life fighting for. We cannot allow this president to appoint a new justice to the Supreme Court. We're going to take the fight to the American people. We, the people, must stand up and speak out so the senators of this country know how outraged this country is. As President Lincoln said, public sentiment is everything. If we don't, we risk the conservative takeover of the court for generations to come. And what would a conservative majority on the Supreme Court mean? It means a rollback of women's rights. It means turning back the clock on our civil rights. It means election interference and voter suppression. And the list goes on and on. And there will be no remedies for the Supreme Court unless we win in November. So let us commit to our next steps to create the change that this country is yearning for. And that means we will act. We will show up. We will make phone calls. We will send postcards. We will join virtual conferences, and we will do everything in our power to make sure we get out the vote. We have seats to hold on to in the House, a Senate to regain, progress to push for, and a presidential election to win. This is the most consequential election in the history of our country. Justice Ginsburg once said that after graduating the top of her class in 1959, she could not find a law firm willing to hire her. So she did what women do when doors are shut in their faces. She found another way. She didn't let this rejection define her. Instead, she forged a career that would get us closer to achieving a more perfect union. I know if she was with us here today, she would tell us not to mourn her passing, but to celebrate her life by voting. Similarly, tonight we are here to celebrate and honor the work of another trailblazer in the fight for gender equality, my colleague and our friend, State Senator Hannah-Beth Jackson. When Hannah-Beth Jackson was just 7 years old, she was denied a spot on her local Little League team because she was a girl, even though she was the best player on the field. This would define Hannah-Beth's life and shape her career as a champion of women's rights. Hannah-Beth has established herself as a true advocate of workers' rights, marginalized communities, and the underrepresented. She authored landmark legislation to strengthen California's equal pay laws and expand job protection for family leave. She's been a fighter since her days on those baseball fields, and we have been fortunate to have her on our side. Hannah-Beth, thank you for your tireless efforts, your tenacity, and your determination. Today, we honor you for everything you've done to make California a place we are all proud to call home. I would now like to invite all of you to join me in welcoming your State Senator, Hannah-Beth Jackson.